Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Momshie Jhen channel, Real Talk with Momshie Jhen. So how are you, everyone? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are safe, and most importantly, I hope that you are healthy. Welcome back again. In Real Talk, we talk about the real happenings and real situations of the Philippines, especially during this time of pandemic. And we hope to give you inspiration and motivation through our stories that we cover during the talks. We also talk about the real situations of real people at the time of pandemic, especially their struggles and the current situation in their professions. So sa lahat po ng hindi pa nakakapag-subscribe dyan, please do subscribe. Down below, makita nyo lang po yung red button na nakalagay, subscribe. Sa mga bago po na viewers natin, welcome to our channel. Ladies and gentlemen, ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayong araw na ito ay medyo touchy or medyo sensitive. Alam naman po natin that tourism industry is one of the most badly hit industry because of this pandemic. In short, marami pong nawalan talaga ng trabaho. So my guests for today will share to us their story and their struggles and the innovations and how they're coping amid this pandemic. So please stay tuned until the end dahil magbibigay po kami ng papremyo sa mga viewers na nanonood dyan. Meron po tayong sponsor from Manila and from Baguio City. So kung nasaan ka man, pwede mo pong makuha yung iyong premyo at the end of the segment. Kailangan mo lang sagutin ng tama yung itatanong na question ng ating mga guests for today. Ayan, so I hope you're excited kasi alam nyo ba, mag-e-enjoy kayo. Itong dalawang guests ko for today are actually good friends of mine and they are very fun to be with. So I'm very sure that you will be having fun throughout this segment. Kaya dapat stick with me until the end so that you will win and you will have fun. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to write your questions at the live chat and then your answers as well will be written at the live chat. Kung hindi kayo nakaabot dito sa live premiere natin, pwede niyong ilagay yung sagot ninyo dun sa comment box below. Alright, hindi ko na patatagalan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to introduce two of the best tour guides in the Philippines. One is the only Filipino-Korean tour guide that is accredited by the Department of Tourism, who is also a full-time assistant professor at the university in Manila. And the second one is a veteran tour guide who hails from Baguio City, and she's one of the most senior tour guides in the Philippines. She's also a German-speaking tour guide. So let's hear it from them. Hindi ko na patatagalan. Let me welcome Miss DJ and Manang Cora. Hi!
Hi.
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 How are you?
Hi, welcome. Welcome talaga. Hi from Manila, Philippines.
Ayan. Maganda kasi yung guest natin for today because one is a part-time tour guide and one is a full-time tour guide. So titignan natin paano ba sila pareho naapektuhan. Ayan, Manang Cora, please introduce yourself. Give us a little background.
Hello. Actually, I started as a Japanese-speaking guide. In 1975, there was a big market for Japanese tourists, and the Department of Tourism offered a 6-month course, and after 5 daily course at UP Baguio. So I participated in that. I learned Nihongo. That was my first foreign language. At that time, you cannot become a tour guide if you don't speak a foreign language aside from English. It was really tough. So we were offered to learn Nihongo. And my name as a Japanese guide was Kokoro. It means heart because my name is Corazon. So they call me Kokoro-san, the tourist. And eventually I went to Cebu because there's a bigger market there for Japanese tourists. But I was a resident interpreter in a beach club north of Cebu in Sogod. The resort was called Club Pacific. And the Japanese weekenders go to this resort They could go island hopping and diving. And I was the resident interpreter there for the Japanese tourists. But it was owned by a German, this resort. So there were also many German-speaking tour guides, German-speaking tourists who go there. Ang mga German-speaking countries is Germany, of course, and then also Austria and Switzerland. Yan. So, when I was there, ang haba na ba ng istorya? When I was there, I was only working there for, oh my God, I think 2 months. And there's a honeymoon couple from Switzerland. They invited me to go to Switzerland.
Oh,
Grabe,
wow.
because the honeymoon, the husband is a Swiss air pilot. Yes, and then they said, "You want to see Switzerland?" And I said, "Sure." I thought they were joking. And then that I was sent the Swiss air ticket. I couldn't believe it, and I stayed with this nice couple in Switzerland for a month. And that is when I switched to German, because the Swiss guy said, if you want to know what to bring home with you in the Philippines to make your life better, you have to think about it. And I said, this is my chance to learn German on the spot. So from Nihongo, I switched to German. When I arrived in the Philippines again in 1985, I came back. Then I went to school at Goethe Institute. So I'm a German-speaking guide since 1985.
Wow. So that's how many years, Manang Cora?
Yeah, because my course in UP before I went into tourism was literature and philosophy, because I excel in writing. But I couldn't imagine myself teaching lit and philo. I have a free spirit, I'm a
I know.
well, I'm a hippie.
I can see that.
So I think I said this job is good because it's a freelance job. And all these years, imagine 4.5 decades, I've had my ups and downs, and this is again one of the downs. So, but that's the profession that God gave me, and
So ilang
so
years
far,
to be
so
exact?
good.
Ilang
Yeah,
years to be exact?
1975 was the seminar at San Fernando, La Union. It was just a regional seminar. And then the national seminar in Manila also the same year. So I was
around
turning
45?
20, imagine. But I had other jobs in between. I also worked at Westin Philippine Plaza, which is now Sofitel. And then also when tourism was bad, I also worked in a cruise ship. But I always keep on going back to tour guiding.
Tour guiding.
Yeah,
So in
because you own your
total,
time.
yes, in total, so you've had 45 years of tour guiding experience. Is that right?
No, Ma'am Jhen. I would say 40, because the
40.
rest I was also working at a non-government organization project in Cagayan de Oro for 1.5 years as interpreter, and sometimes we get also interpreter jobs, which is good. The NGOs with the German. So I'm working more as a tour guide, and if there's a job to be an interpreter, yeah.
Yeah. So DJ, how did you start as a tour guide? What was your journey, and how, why, when, what?
It's
Go.
actually it actually started way back when I was in college. So it is first year college at ako nun, yeah. So there is this travel agency. The owners were also graduate from PUP, and so they're scouting for student guides. So wala, napadaan kami dun sa me and my friends, napadaan kami sa parang sa screening nila, and then sabi ko, sige, let's give it a shot. And then it started there. So from first year to all the way to fourth year college until I graduated. So it became my part-time. parang part-time student and then part-time work. And then, yun, sabi ko, since ano naman siya, related sa course, so parang maganda. Nag-enjoy ako. And then after finishing my degree, tapos sabi ko, actually, after kong mag-graduate, nag-ano din ako I venture into being a tour operator. And then, parang, I don't know, just like Madam Cora, parang may calling Parang there is something in tour guiding that would make you come back kahit na parang you're doing other trabaho. Like right now, I'm teaching. But then parang I guess it's already in the system na na mag-guide. So parang once in a while pag may time, so I do guiding. And then I took the para to professionalize it. So I took the National Tour Guiding course. And then after that, mga sometime in kailan nga ba? 2010. And then after that, nag-ano na siya. Tapos I went to South Korea. I got a scholarship from the Department of Tourism to study Korean there kasi parang when I was still here in the Philippines, may mga training courses si DOT sa Korean, and then sabi ko sige, let's give it a shot. And then I was pinag-aral ako sa South Korea, parang every 3 months tas balik, tas alam mo may bakasyon tapos babalik ka ulit, tapos sa ibang university naman. So kasi parang siya, partnership with their Ministry of Tourism and with the department with Ministry of Tourism and mga universities nila doon. And then but I think we're gonna be talking about issues later, but then parang yung hindi masyadong parang feeling ko hindi ganun nag-prosper yung pagiging Korean speaking guide kasi parang most of the tour operators and travel agents in the Philippines who's handling the market ng Koreans. Alam mo naman yung issue ng mga Koreans sa parang medyo monopolized nila yung industry. So and then after that, sabi ko but then there's always this calling for me to enter the academe. So took up my master's, and then finally got into a full-time job with the academy.
But on the side, diba, you're still guiding even if you're teaching?
Yes, on the side.
Si Manang Cora naman, okay, my next question is, how good is the guiding profession prior to the pandemic? Did you have bookings? How good was it?
Wow, there's a comeback of Germans. Naglaylo ang tourism, ng German tourists when they when the Abu Sayyaf kidnapped some tourists, when they kidnapped the tourists in Sipadan and brought them in Sulu, right? And there was a German family involved there. So naglaylo ang tourism at the early, I think, year 2000. Nasubukan ko pa ngang mag-DH sa Germany ng 3 months noon Walang turista. And then there's this tourist, they invited me to go there. And then the father was living alone. And I became na domestic, cooking for him and cleaning the house. But I said, I will not clean the basement. And I will not work in your garden, and I will start my job at 8 o'clock. Ganun ako.
Siya?
Bakit ayaw mo sa basement?
Ganun ako
Anong meron sa basement?
Makailak siya.
Then kasi naman nung wala ako, his kitchen sink was full of paper, and then he just checks the ulam he likes. May ganun pala sa Germany. They will just slide it at the gate. Yung ulamin niya ng lunch, and then breakfast is bread. Sa gabi, bread na naman. He was so kawawa. Then he was ashamed to invite his friends in his house. When I looked at his bathroom, he never used the bathtub because he might slip. Then tumatakbo yung mga spider when I cleaned it out. Tapos yung sofa niya may design pala nung na-vacuum. Oh my God, sabi ko, Lord, it's the first time I'm earning money with my hands. God bless me and I hope I can do it. Pag uwi sa Pinas, diniposit nila yung sweldo ko. Tumataginting na 90,000 kasi 30,000.
O, di ba? Ano ka
Ganon.
pa?
And then after that, now, since 2019, the Germans are coming back. So I became busy again because it's a seasonal job. Itong pandemic, nagkaka-COVID na. Kaya buti hindi ako tumuloy ng Manila ng before March 15. My God. Then, kinancel na ng ANSET yung mga tours nila sa akin din. Then, I was home, thank God, on March 17. Grabe. Kung hindi na lockdown ako sa Manila, Diyos ko. So, okay, when that happened, like I said, I was doing good. Ang savings ko, 50,000 kasi sana bibili kami ng second hand na van na
Ngayon yan.
project.
Ngayon yan.
Before the COVID.
Anong buwan yun? Anong buwan yun?
March.
So may savings ka na
buti.
50,000.
Oo, kasi kababayad sa akin ng ANSET ng 30,000.
Yaman.
Then may collectibles pa ako sa Blue. Yung Blue, may collectibles pa ako. Anyway,
Up
so
to now?
yung 50,000 na yun, naubos na ng papalengke.
Uy, mag-ano ka na, manawagan ka na sa Blue, yung collectibles.
Meron pa ako dong mga 30. 4,200 a day. Tapos may meal allowance pa kami, may tip. Ako me naman, I'm very simple. Wala naman ako. Alam mo naman ako, simple lang akong igorota na basta may pagkain, masaya ako.
Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, Manang Cora, business was lucrative prior to the pandemic. So, you had bookings. Never ka nawalan ng tour. Starting nung December to ano?
December, it started 2019 ng winter.
Okay,
which
lahat.
is November
Tuloy-tuloy.
2019. Then meron pa rin kaming, kahit tag-ulan nun, nagsasagada kami. So kasi may mga anak na naka-vacation, pumupunta rito. So then I noticed there's a comeback of Germans. And how many German-speaking guides are we? Siguro wala kaming 10.
Oo. Kaya mataas ang demand sa'yo. Ayan. So, maganda ang negosyo kay Ma'am Cora prior to the pandemic. How about naman kay DJ?
Prior to the pandemic.
Well, kasi, how would I explain this? So I'm currently taking my PhD. So, alam niyo na, back in school ako, and I'm taking my dissertation. But then on the side, since hindi ko pa nga rin siya talaga mapakawalan ng guiding, the last assignment I had was, February.
Yeah.
Tapos may mga tapos, the last time I went out of town was January pa. Kasi, cruise ship siya. Nasa vegan kami. So, there were Russians na, na-guest ni Uni Orient. So, that was the last time. Medyo kasi, madaming calls, maraming bookings actually. But then, since medyo busy nga din ako sa, working on my paper sa dissertation, medyo dinidecline ko yung iba. But then, pag kaya kong sinisingit ko. So, as far as calls are concerned, madami before this pandemic. And then right after, siguro naramdaman ko na to nung March. Supposedly, merong cruise ship dito sa Manila. Parang nakaschedule ako with, anong agency nga ba to? With Sharp Travel. So, may mga schedule sila. Parang, di ba, every week may darating na barko. But then, ayun na, nung nag-COVID na, nung before pa the lockdown, marami ng cancellations. And yun. So, until now, wala. Nangyay.
Ano yung naging difference or changes nung nagkaroon na ng pandemic?
Well, isa sa pinaka-obvious talaga is, of course, the numbers of cancellations. Talagang, as in zero talaga, zero bookings. And until now, hindi mo alam kung kailan ka ulit magkakaroon ng magkakaroon ng tours. 'Di ba? So parang it's something na nung una parang na-stress ka kasi parang hindi mo alam kung kailan babalik. Before that, parang inisip ko nga, sabi ko, baka May okay na tayo but then parang hindi pa pala. So talagang nobody really anticipated na magtatagal pa to. And until now, of course, we don't have answer to that. So with changes, ano nga ba? Since wala namang tours and work from home din kasi kami. So may mga series of webinars din kami sa school. And then, but DOT also has their series of webinars, Intramuros Administration. So parang I told myself na na lang, parang let's make use of this time wisely, 'di ba? So attend, equip yourself para pag dumating na ulit yung time na open yung tourism, 'di ba? Parang yung skills mo is hindi alam mo yun, hindi mo man siya na-practice, but then parang in terms of yung knowledge acquisition, 'di ba? Mas naging better pa siya. Mas marami ka pang natutunan, 'di ba? 'Yon.
True. So, dapat we have to make the most out of this pandemic so that when everything gets better,
Exactly.
you come out better, right? Ayan. So, Manang
Totoo.
Cora naman, ano yung changes? So, prior to pandemic and right now?
Would you believe my last tour before the lockdown was an elderly couple, Pinay with the German husband, February 17 to 20. Yun. Then yung susunod sana nga, March 17 to 20. So I had a little break. And then yung pala, my God, kaya naman pala I was earning naman and saving
Good.
up, may mangyayari.
Exactly.
And so the only earning I had, would you believe, since March 17 up to now, is when we were interviewed by DOT to present the Cordillera provinces. So may talent fee doon na 1.5. In 5 months,
Less
I earned
taxes.
1.5.
Less
Would you
taxes.
believe? Tapos nung birthday ko lang, nung July 20, Diyos ko, yung mga kapatid ko, di may nagbigay naman ng $200. Sabi ko, I earn $100 a day when I'm guiding now. I have to spend this for talagang Spartanian lifestyle, Ma'am Jhen. Diba? Sa bagay, tipid. No eating out. No pasyal-pasyal.
Just to give our viewers an idea, Manang Cora, how much have you earned from January to February from all your tour bookings at that time? So that's January, February, March. Sorry, January, February.
Kasi ang peak season nga winter. So I had bookings November, December,
so from November,
January,
sige,
February.
November, December, January, February. 4 na buwan. Magkano yung parang earnings mo?
Yeah. So I would say plus yung mga kasi mga 100,000, ganun.
100,000. Doon sa buwan na yon, 4 na buwan. Total na yon. Total na yon. And nung nagkaroon na ng pandemic, nung March,
1.5 yung
April,
5
May,
months.
June.
Oo.
So
Really, Ma'am Jhen.
May 1.5 ka.
And so naubos na yung nasave ko. In spite of the Spartanic lifestyle, paksiw lang naman lagi ulam namin o kaya gulay lang, agkiruga lati repolyo nga, dasin na, mabait sa akin yan.
Baka naman paksiw na pata kasi yan, Manang.
Ay nako, DJ Ito ulam ko, ipapakita ko sa luyot at labong. Diba?
Marami talaga tayong changes. So how are you coping right now? How are you coping? How are you living by?
Di ba, Ma'am Jhen, bumaba ako sa La Union. Kasi may bahay kami doon ng ate ko, pakasyonan. Yun ang aking collateral, nag-loan ako sa Rangay Bank. Pero ang linon ko lang, konti lang yung kaya kong bayaran later on.
True.
So, yun na naman, sabi ko, ito dapat, lang, ang gagastusin ko lang sa isang buwan, 5,000 kung kaya ko. Yun ang challenge ko ngayon, like 5,000 a month challenge.
Very good naman yan. So, ibig
O,
sabihin you're tightening
diba?
your belt talaga in order for you to live by the day. Tama.
Oo, samantalang nun I send money to my nephew in Legazpi kasi biyudo siya, 3 yung anak. Paano yung gatas ng baby? Buti na lang yung mga kapatid ko sa US, they're helping out na lang. Pero
Oh,
ako
yeah.
dati, I send money.
Siyempre, nalaman natin how you started. Now, I also wanted to know what were the most challenging para sa mga viewers natin na aspiring to be tour guides or who are currently tour guides right now. Or yung mga spectators lang dyan na nakikinig na gustong malaman, ano nga ba yung most challenging experience as a tour guide? You can give me a generic one or a specific incident which is the most difficult for you. Let's go with DJ. Sige.
Okay. Okay. Masaya. Kaya nagustuhan yung tour guiding kasi parang it allows you to meet people of different culture. Parang you learn from them. Parang as much as they learn from you then, di ba? Parang yun naman din yung isa sa role ng mga guides. But then the most challenging for me, it's actually kasi given na yung expectation sa'yo na to highlight the beauty of the country, to promote the country, etc., etc., diba? But the most challenging for me, I should say, is yung dealing with your colleagues.
Ala.
Kasi parang,
It's a very
oo,
competitive job. Parang
oo, at
showbiz.
saka, yeah, aside from showbiz, ano siya, parang, yung may nangyari kasi sa akin na I never never imagined that kala ko sa movie ko lang siya mapapanood. Yung ganon, yung ganong level na
What
parang
happened?
yung
Share to us.
sobrang, well, to cut the long story short, parang since that time kasi medyo, parang in everything I do naman kasi parang I always give my best. Tapos parang, but then there would be people who would see you as a threat.
That's true.
Oo, tapos parang dumating sa point na, sige, kung threat ka, de threat ka. Pero dumating kasi sa point na siniraan ka, ginawan ka ng issue, na pinalaki, na in the end naman napatunayan na, parang it's not true at all. So parang it is just a professional jealousy. So parang yun yung naging pinaka-challenge sa akin sa industry na to. More than yung kunaring expectations ng mga guests kasi parang that's already given na mag-perform ka talaga, 'di ba? Kasi that's your role as a guide. So more on dealing with your
As
colleagues.
kulig tour guides ba to? Or yung sa academe?
Yeah.
Tour guides
Sa
to, no?
tour guide. Tour guide. Si charot.
Yeah.
O naman Manang Cora, so what's the most difficult or most
Oo.
challenging
Okay.
part of being a tour guide?
Ito nung pa, siguro high school pa lang dun si Gigi. Pero ang sikat nun na agency, Marsman Tours. And then I will guide two couples to Cotab. Tinitingnan ko yung program, land in Cotabato City, then pupunta kayo sa Lake Cebu, then mag-e-exit kayo ng Davao, then you will go to Cebu and Bohol, ganon. So yung Mindanao portion, sabi ko, babalik pa ba kami ng buhay dito sa Manila nito? Ganun. And then, pero nandun na, so tinanggap ko. Then we went, landed in Cotabato, may pinuntahan kaming mosque, then nandun kami sa Rio Grande, pakaway-kaway kaming ganun, nakapayong pa kami nung may beads para, sabi ko, I feel like Queen Anne, ganun. Maganda, exotic. Eto na, nung papunta na kami ng Lake Cebu, maganda yung roads na sira na yung sasakyan namin. Then itong mga Germans, pag mainit, they want beer, right? So you don't expect that Muslim part of Cotabato to be like La Trinidad na puno ng jeep, may stores, wala. And I said, sabi ko sa German, we will have beer later after we pass the Muslim side. When we get to Isulan, yan, yung sa Isulan, yun na yung mga Ilonggo. Anyway, ano ba nangyari? Dinahan-dahan na lang namin hanggang nakarating kami dun sa Isulan, yung may Ilonggo na dun, so safe na kami. And then we were all sticky and dusty when we arrived in Lake Cebu. But when you get there, wow, paradise. Diyos ko, paradise talaga. Pati kabayo nila may bells naririnig. Ba't pati kabayo nyo puno ng bells? Para pag may bisitang dumarating, naririnig na namin. Kaya sila, di ba puro bells ang costume nila? Paraiso, eto na, nung pabalik na. You know what? May enkwentro daw sa path namin na puntang Davao. Nag-detour kami and it took us instead of like 1 hour yata, it took us 3 hours. Tapos yung plane nung nasa Davao ako, hinabol ko nandun na sa runway, magte-take off na para ako luka-luka. Ganun ay talaga. Yun ang most challenging na tour ko, hindi ko makalimutan. Ang ganda ng Mindanao, pero totoo yun, I wouldn't dare. If I only knew, hindi ko tinanggap yung tour na yun. My God. Yun ang nakakatakot na tour na naranasan ko.
So yung basically, Ma'am Cora, is yung safety and protection mo. Yun yung
That's right, Ma'am Jhen.
pinag-anuhan mo,
Not only me,
pinaka-challenging.
the tourist, cargo ko yung mga
That's
turista.
Ganyan
My
talaga,
God.
isa sa mga challenges sa tourism is the safety. Cargo mo sila kasi ikaw yung representative ng kumpanya.
I remember, sabi ko pa, nung pinapaligiran na kami ng villagers na mga Muslim, kasi first time yata nilang nakakita ng puti. Anyway, pwede ba po akong makiihi? Sabi, tinuro yung isang bahay sa likod. Nung umiihi ako, napansin ko yung wall, tad-tad ng bala. Sabi ko,
Ilang taon ka nito? Anong year to ba na, Cora?
Okay, in my 30s early 30s.
Okay.
Or
That's more than 30 years
alis na tayo
ago.
dito, kahit na parang puliglig na tong jeep natin, alis na tayo dito, ganon. Kasi it was not, ganun pala, dun Cotabato yun my God.
I hope I think it has changed naman na yata ngayon, right?
That was, 1990s, nung grabe.
Kung meron tayong challenging moments, syempre meron din tayong mga rewarding moments. So can you share to us naman yung pinaka-rewarding and most memorable moment mo as a tour guide? Okay, DJ, take it away.
Alright. So, most memorable? Ano kasi? Parang lagi
ano ba yan?
May?
Kilig-kilig moment ba yan?
Hindi naman. It happened in one of our tours in, saan ba to? Bangaan. So, sa Rice Terraces. Yeah, kasi parang
sa amin, sa Cordillera.
Sa Cordillera. So, parang during those times, parang din kasi ko, parang halos every week nasa tour sa Banawe. So, there's this 2 French ladies na guest ko. And then, so we went to Bangaan. Tapos parang, sabi niya sa akin, sa taas na lang daw siya magstay. Ganyan. Kasi parang, pwede naman siyang sumama, kaya lang, she told me na parang survivor siya ng parang lung cancer.
So, nako, wag na, oo.
Tapos
500
parang,
steps going down yun.
Yeah, tapos parang sabi niya sa akin, she wanted to, kaya lang, baka matagalan. And then, sabi ko, sige, parang, since maaga pa naman, as in, parang siguro mga 8 o'clock, nasa Bangaan Sabi ko, kung gusto naman niya, syempre we have to ask, diba? Kung hindi natin pwedeng pilitan, right? Okay. So, kung gusto niya, go. Parang kung whatever it takes, kung it would take us 2 hours to go down, so be it. Kung willing naman si guest, diba, ibibigay natin yan. So, parang sabi niya, I wanted to try. Tapos yun. So, okay naman. Ang parang pinaka-rewarding doon is that after nung pabalik na kami, nakabalik na sa taas ulit, sa saddle, sabi niya, parang she hugged me. Tapos parang sobrang umiyak siya. Sabi niya, sobrang thankful for the encouragement na binigay ko. Kasi parang, ko din, parang sabi ko sa kanya, sige, parang I'm willing to walk with you. I'm willing to wait for you. Parang let's take it, one step at a time. Tapos parang stop dito kung nakikita kasi syempre, 'di ba, as guide, you have to be very sensitive sa pacing ng 'di ba, ng mga guest mo. So, 'yun, parang yung gustong-gusto niyang gawin kaya lang parang wala siyang courage. But then as a guide, parang naging instrument ka para ma-build up yung courage niya to do the thing that she wanted to do. So parang for me, more than the compensation, yung salary mo, yung guides fee mo, diba, the tips that you'll get. But then yung things like this, parang it makes you feel like parang you've accomplished you've accomplished something na parang very fulfilling siya sa as a guide, right? So yun yung ko, parang hindi ko makakalimutang experience
Your
ko.
story has, parang ang ginawa mo, you have provided strength to a person who is losing yun, the
Totoo.
courage that she needed in order to, overcome yung kanyang pinagdaanan. So you were tama?
Yep.
You were her strength. That's so nice naman.
Tama.
Ang ganda ng kwento na
Tama.
yan. How about Manang Cora?
Yeah.
Yan. We're
What's the
excited to hear.
question na nga ba? Rewarding?
What is the most rewarding
Okay, so
experience mo?
ang katas ng guiding ko, although freelance means sometimes merong tour,
Meron,
minsan
wala.
wala. Pero I decided to invest on a lot along the coast in 1997. Then wanang Diyos, year 2000 nabayaran ko na. Then nakipag-partner yung ate ko sa Canada. We now have a house there. So yun naman.
Yun ang naman ang naging fruits ng labor mo.
Yes, Ma'am Jhen. And
investment.
Ano siya, nung lote pa lang siya, I could always loan pag tag-ulan sa Rangay Agoo. Then kung peak season, babayaran ko na naman. Then, so sinasalva ako nung lote na yun, paano, maski pa paano.
The good thing man ng Cora is that, kasi nga yung industry natin is may peak and may lean. So it's not always peak. So the good thing about you is that hindi mo siya winaldas lahat. So nagkaroon ka ng investment na sumasalo ngayon sa mga moment na mababa o walang kita. Diba? So that's
precisely,
good. Ganda yung ginawa mo.
Kasi wala naman akong na-meet na German na magpapalamon sa akin. Kaya,
di ba meron pero nilayasan mo?
Basta.
Nilayasan mo kaya yun? Kinento mo sa akin. Anyway. Ayan, so kung meron tayong most rewarding, may most challenging, eto naman, let's go to the fun. Ano naman yung pinaka-funniest or pinaka-embarrassing moment that you have experienced as a tour guide? Would you like sharing it to us, DJ? Go.
Okay. Funniest? Well, kasi parang you know me naman as a person, 'di ba? Parang masayahin naman talaga ako by nature, right? So parang I don't know if it's funny or embarrassing. Parang in all my tours, like even if I say like my name is Mr. If I use the Mr. na, parang lagi ako na pagkakamalan talagang girl. Parang I am always treated as a girl. But there's this American na hindi ko alam kung nagustuhan niya ako or what. Na 'di ba the thing that we do, 'di ba pag may mga guest tayo, 'di ba parang we open the door, tapos we close the door, tapos last time sasakay ng parang siya ayaw niya pumayag.
Pero that's woman or man? Lalaki, babae?
Lalaki.
Okay.
Lalaki, oo. Siya, he's here to visit, parang war memorial tour kami. Kasi parang apparently, hindi ko alam kung dad niya, hindi ko na ma-recall Hindi ko alam kung dad niya or a special friend. Or I don't know. Basta yun, nag-war memorial tour kami. So, we've been together for like 3 days ata yun. So, consistency kuya. Tapos, kinuha niya din yung yung mga contacts ko. Ganon. Tapos, parang sabi ko, wala, parang hindi ko alam kung ma-awkward na ako or what. Ayun, so parang hindi siya embarrassing, but then, one of the funniest, moment ko, kasi parang, hindi siya talaga pumapayag ng hindi bubuksan yung pinto for me. Tapos parang sinasabi niya, no, I'd love to do this for you, ganyan. Naging good friends naman kami. Tapos, yun, basically yun lang, maglagi ako na pagkakamalan talagang, girl.
Yeah, in general, magkaroon ka ba ng love life dahil sa tour guiding? Wala lang, matanong ko lang.
Hindi. Kasi parang, sabi ko, no, parang, kasi parang even if you want to, Oo, yeah. Nakakahiya naman
Tayo.
kasi baka i-ban ka ng mga agencies, di ba?
That's true. Yeah, and
Di ba?
si Manang Cora parang tumatawa kasi meron yata siyang nagawa. Sige nga.
Sure na yan.
Hindi.
Hindi pa naman siya
Ba,
na-ban.
yun nga, baka iban ka ng kasi be
Pero
friendly
hindi ka
but
naman
not
na-ban, no?
familiar. Ha?
Pero hindi ka
Hindi,
na-ban, Madang Cora?
hindi, meron na isang guest na galing kami sa
isa lang talaga?
Bangaan. Oo, galing kami sa Bangaan, nakasay tayo sa jeep, di ba? Pag galing, pero hindi pa naman ako ganito kabalyena, no? Medyo
sexy ka
sexy pa ako.
nun.
Naka-tight jeans, ewan ko kung nakalabas ang pusod ko, nabagbangan. Basta sexy ako. Ayun pala, tinitingnan niya yung tweet ko nung bumababa kami sa Bangaan. Tapos, nung pabalik na kami sa hotel, binulong niya sa tenga ko, I like to go to bed with you. Ganon, diretsahan. Bawal sa atin ang mang-away, di ba, pag binabastos ka. So,
Smile lang.
Sabi ko, I explained to you that when there's a tied grass in a property, it means don't touch yung, di ba, yung ang tawag sa Ifugao, yung fuchong, basta may kahoy doon na property ng ibang tao, lalagyan nila ng tied grass, that means don't touch or you'll get sick. Tinuro ko yung scarf ko. Okay, look, I have a knotted scarf here. If you'll touch me, you'll get sick. Dinalaan ko sa biro.
Naman si DJ, what lessons have you learned during this pandemic crisis?
Nako, ano nga ba? Actually, there's a lot to mention about the lessons kasi parang ano naman tawag dito, what really sustained me this pandemic is yung since I work with the government, 'di ba? So PUP sa government university. Tapos kumbaga parang just look around you and yung maging grateful. Parang feeling ko, mas naging grateful ako. Like yung sa mga things na hindi mo siya napapansin before. Yes. But the little things now, parang sobrang grateful na grateful ako. Tapos parang, mas na-appreciate ko yung reading. Isa siya sa naging routine ko para hindi ako ma-stress. Yung, read, paggising ng umaga, parang paaraw, tapos magbabasa, tapos exercise. Yun, may routine ka. So, but then the biggest lesson is always to be grateful, and I think mas naging closer ako mas naging stronger yung faith ko.
Kasi yun na lang yung pinangahawakan natin, 'di ba? Yung faith talaga natin yung na matatapos din to.
Tama.
Manang Cora naman, can you give me 2 lessons that you have learned during this pandemic? Kahit dalawa lang. 1 or 2.
Yun nga, yung you have to watch your budget talaga. Buti na lang, hindi naman ako din bulagsak. So, buti na lang.
You have the Ilocana blood talaga.
Katipid.
Fetch, di ba? Ganun kami. And then, another lesson is, it's really difficult if you're senior and you live alone.
True.
So, iniisip ko, kaya kung namatay ako, then mga kapatid ko, wala dito. Pero sabihin ko sa mga kamag-anak ko dito, pag na-cremate ako, itapon yung ashes dun sa harap ng mansion house, yung tubig dun para mapakinabahan ako ng mga koy dun.
Pwede ba yun? Pwede ba yun?
Ay, hindi ko alam kung ano. Wala pa kaming wala akong maalala law na bawal. Pero malay mo, pwede naman. Basta to lang nakatingin.
Pandagdag komentary doon.
May kulumbarium ang parents ko, pero kasi nga I'm a free spirit, parang ang feeling ko, pag tinapon yung ashes ko sa harap ng mansion house, magtra-transform na pearly gate yung gate doon, tas paakyat sila San Pedro.
So, it was really fun doing this chat and interview with you. Actually, it's more of a casual talk talaga. Getting to know you, getting to know the job of a tour guide, and getting to know the realities that are happening to our tour guides right now. So, before we end, and before you give your parting message to our viewers, I would like to ask you or I would like you to ask our viewers sa mga questions na gusto nyo itanong so that they will win ang limpak-limpak na papremyo galing sa ating mga sponsors. Ayan. So, I will be, you can ask at least 2 questions. And then whoever answers first there at the chat box down below will be the winner of these prizes that will be given away by our sponsors. Ayan. Go, DJ. Can you
Alright,
ask
sige.
our viewers a question? Kung sino ba talaga yung mga nakikinig sa atin,
Nakikinig.
nakikitawa at nakikiiyak kung meron man. Okay, go.
Alright, my first question is, saan nangyari yung paano ba to? Dali lang Paano ko ba siya i-ask? Parang, saan nangyari yung pinaka-memorable kong tours? Yung may French lady akong kasama who is suffering from a lung cancer. Yun.
Saan? Which part of the Philippines daw nangyari yung most rewarding or most memorable experience
most rewarding,
ni DJ as a tour guide? So, clue. Andito siya sa Cordillera. Ayun, binigyan ko na kayo ng clue. Okay. So, saan yun specifically? So, ladies and gentlemen, paunahan na po ng sagot dyan sa baba. Magunahan na kayo dahil ang mapapanalunan ay DJ.
Ano nga ba? Sige, basta I'll get in touch with you.
Yeah. So, he will be given the prize sa mga, kung taga Manila ka, ang mabibigyan ng premyo would be DJ. He will be sponsoring this question for today. Dahil taga Manila kayo, mahirap kasi pag dito galing sa Baguio. So, yung mga taga Manila, kung kayo makakasagot niyan, the prize will come from DJ. Pero kung taga Baguio ang mananalo dyan, ang premyo po ninyo ay isang tumataginting na mainit na mommy galing sa Marley's Eatery. Ayan. Lechon mommy with chicken. So, Real Talk with Momshie Jhen kasi promotes small and micro-small businesses. So we hope to promote and then help them to thrive through this pandemic. For free po yung mga yan. So lahat ng plug po namin dito is free. No fee at all. Ayan. So kung sino yung makakasagot dyan, you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
Yan. Okay, so that's the first question for today. Second question, Ma'am Cora. Go!
Okay, my first foreign language was Japanese, right? So how do you call the Japanese language? In their language. If you take that course, the Japanese language course, what is the name of their language?
Nabanggit mo ba to kanina, Manang Cora? Dapat nabanggit mo to kanina.
Oo naman.
Okay, so it starts with letter N, tama?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, okay. So ano daw ang tawag sa language ng mga Hapon? Ayan, so it starts with letter N. 3 syllables yan. 3 syllables. Wow, ano tayo? Dito, game show. Okay, so 3 syllables. Ayan, so, yeah, it starts with letter N and 3 syllables, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, what do you call the language of the Japanese people? Okay. At inaral daw yan ni Manang Cora. That was her first foreign language. Okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Let's now proceed with the next question, DJ. Go. Take it away.
All right. My second question would have to be, what type of tours yung ginaid kong American guy who would consistently open the doors for me?
Anong klaseng tour in terms of?
Yeah, example, would it be like...
choices, bigyan mo nga sila ng choices.
Okay, sige, bigyan natin ng choices. First, is it a city tour? Second, is it a war memorial tour? Or third, is it a mountain tour?
Alright, so you have 3 choices. Madali na lang yan ha. Actually, mahaba, pero binigay na sa inyo yung choices. Ayan.
Is it A, B, or C?
O yun, A, B, or C na lang pala. A, B, or C. So, ladies and gentlemen, type it down below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 seconds. Ayan. So those are the 3 questions for today. So kung sino man po yung mananalo, just let us know kung taga saan po kayong syudad para po malaman natin kung ano ang premyo ninyo at paano ninyo makukuha. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to end this talk with the parting messages from our guests for today. At nawawala yung isa nating guest. Kaya si DJ muna. So
Ay, nawala siya.
can you give us a message or give the viewers a message?
All right, to all the viewers, first and foremost, thank you, Miss Jhen, for inviting me to be part of this real talk, and I really enjoyed it. And for those of you who would like to pursue a career in tour guiding, you should really be very passionate about it. So, very rewarding siya kasi parang ang dami mong mamimit, and then eventually mga magiging guest mo, magiging friends mo din sila. So, and not only that, parang pinaka-reward din dito is that this is my one way of helping introduce our country to other nationalities. There's a lot of negativities that they know about the Philippines, but as a guide, parang you are used as an instrument to let other people know how beautiful and how blessed the Philippines is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, DJ and Manang Cora, Kokoro. Sana makabalik ka pa. Sana okay ka kung nasaan ka ba
Kokoro-san.
napunta. Thank you, DJ. I really enjoyed this 1 hour of conversation with you guys. So, these are my friends and I myself, sa mga viewers na hindi po nakakaalam dyan, I am also actually a tour guide. Tour guiding profession is not just a profession, it goes beyond what we do because we do multitasking. We don't only deliver our spiel, but we deliver care, we pour out our heart to our guests. So today, I hope that everyone has learned with me, and I hope that you will always remember that tour guiding is a very professional and respectful job. And to those who are aspiring tour guides out there, don't give up. Tourism will come back. And then I hope that when it comes back, you are there with us. Sana po ay wag tayong mawawalang pag-asa, mga viewers. Darating din ang liwanag katapos nitong madilim na ating pinagdadaanan.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And always remember that you have to stay safe, be happy, and keep the faith. Goodbye and see you on our next segment.